We are energy rich, but cash poor. And that has to end. Nobody in the world produces natural resources better than our people and our companies do right here in BC and Canada. So how about being proud of what we do in Canada for a change? We need to stop appeasing global elites like those at the World Economic Forum in Davos, where Prime Minister Carney happens to be today, who are telling us what we should and shouldn't do. We must start doing what Canadians need us to do, and that's doing what's good for our economy right here in Canada. Welcome to the 23rd Annual BC Natural Resource Forum. I'm the Member of Parliament for where you are sitting right now in Prince George, Peace River, Northern Rockies. And I'm the Shadow Minister for Arctic Affairs and Northern Economic Development. And as I usually do, I would like to start by asking you all a question. Are you ready? Is the demand for energy here and around the world decreasing or is it increasing? So we're going to vote, okay? Hands up, is energy demand decreasing around the world? Okay. Is energy demand increasing here and around the world? Wow, what a crowd, eh? You're absolutely correct. The global demand or need for energy is increasing. And I'm going to switch the word need instead of demand. When it's minus 45 outside and your furnace runs out of heating oil or natural gas, demand doesn't quite do the situation justice. Canada has some of the largest oil, gas, and uranium reserves in the world, yet we have federal and provincial governments that want to limit what we develop. The last 10 years, other energy-producing nations have continued to respond to increased global need for energy. Instead of developing our resources, with our own world-class resource workers, with our own world-class Canadian standards to send to a world that needs them, our federal and provincial governments have openly stated they would rather leave our resources in the ground. Greg Ebel, President and CEO of Enbridge, said recently, "We have a long way to go. Canada has extraordinary resources, a skilled workforce, and leading environmental standards, yet we are not moving fast enough. Projects linger. The permit process stretches on, capital looks elsewhere, we're losing this race. We now need to be a lot faster than our competition just to catch up, just to create confidence." And I want to talk a bit more specifically about something all of us use on a daily basis if we're honest. Whether we drive EVs or not, we still use oil. From the clothing we wear to the planes you flew to Prince George to get here, we all use it. Do you know how much oil we have compared to other countries? Canada has the fourth largest reserves of oil in the world. First is Venezuela, with 18% of global reserves at 300 billion barrels with exports of 655,000 barrels a day, soon to increase. Second is Saudi Arabia with 15% at 266 billion barrels with exports of 6 to 7 million barrels a day. Third is Iran with 12% at 210 barrels with exports of 1.4 million barrels a day. And fourth is Canada with 9% at 170 billion barrels with exports at 4.2 million barrels a day. So you'd think that we wouldn't import any oil into Canada, right? We import almost 232 million barrels of oil each year from around the world. That's 15% of the amount we export, and it's shocking. It shocked me when I saw these numbers. We import 381,000 barrels per day from the US, 70,000 barrels per day from Saudi Arabia, 63,000 barrels per day from Nigeria, 50,800 barrels per day from Iraq, and 32,000 barrels per day from Norway. Can you believe that? It's happening. Now, how many dollars worth of oil have we imported in the last 35 years? Anybody want to guess? Give me some numbers. How many since 1988? 200 billion? Trillions? We have imported over $600 billion in oil from other countries since 1988. 600 billion US dollars worth. Imagine what 600 billion USD or 830 billion in Canadian dollars added to our economy would look like. Not to mention 4 of the 5 countries we import from don't have production caps or industrial carbon taxes. To answer the question I asked earlier, more specifically, the need for oil is only increasing. International Energy Association says global oil need will increase by 13% by 2050 And OPEC says the global need for oil will increase by 18.6% by 2050. And did you know that there are communities in Canada who are still desperately in need of energy right now? Did you know just last month we had energy shortages in Yukon and Nunavut at minus 45-degree temperatures? The Arctic offshore moratorium implemented in 2016 by Justin Trudeau, and I know we don't want to mention his name again, but that's, I think, the last time I'll mention him in my speech, the first and last. His moratorium turned off the taps of oil and gas development in the Beaufort Sea, off the coast of Northwest Territories. Not only did that shut down billions of dollars of economic opportunity for the local communities in Northwest Territories, but also shut down the raw energy desperately needed to keep Canadians warm during cold winter months in the Arctic. The Arctic offshore moratorium shuttered the Mackenzie Gas Project that could have brought billions in economic opportunity and energy security to northern residents in Northwest Territories, Yukon, and Canada. Recently, we have seen Mark Carney's big promises to develop our resources lose their luster, as it doesn't look like he will get any major projects done anytime soon, and I really wish he would. We are energy rich, but cash poor, and that has to end. I could spend some more time criticizing, but I'd rather spend the last few minutes speaking about a few points in our plan and what we are going to do. Our plan, in short, is called the Canadian Sovereignty Act, and our leader, Pierre Poilievre, and we are calling on the government to, 1, repeal growth-blocking laws that have made it impossible to build pipelines, mines, and other major projects, driving investment out of Canada. End the industrial carbon tax, which raises costs on everything for Canadians and makes our energy production uncompetitive and drives up the cost of building homes and growing food. 3, scrap the oil and gas cap that kills jobs. 4, end the EV mandate for good, the EV mandate that increases the price for your gas-powered cars. 5, lift the plastics ban for Canadian consumers as well as Canadian producers. And 6, turbocharge the Canadian economy by eliminating the capital gains tax on reinvestments in Canada to increase spending and building in Canada right now. As my colleague Todd said before, we are blessed with resources in Canada. Nobody in the world produces natural resources better than our people and our companies do right here in BC and Canada. So how about being proud of what we do in Canada for a change? We need to stop appeasing global elites like those at the World Economic Forum in Davos, where Prime Minister Carney happens to be today, who are telling us what we should and shouldn't do. We must start doing what Canadians need us to do, and that's doing what's good for our economy right here in Canada. Thank you.